So thank you very much, Rothella, for this introduction. Thank you to Formidil and ANCE for welcoming us, and especially thanks to you for being here. We are very glad to present you today this SoMEx project, which means social media in exchanges. Really, the aim of this project, it's a 3-year project, is to improve and facilitate mobility for young people and for trainers also. So we have different objectives, and the main product of this project is to create an Android application based on an extensive toolkit for exchanges preparation, operation and post-processing. The different target groups are the trainees, the trainers and the staff who is accompanying the trainees and the trainers abroad. And how? It's by using social medias, because you know now everybody is much used to that kind of things, and we have to be a little bit more modern in order to be okay with young people especially. So the partnership, Rossella was already introduced it. It's the BZB from Germany, Sanfic from Portugal, Centre IFAPME Liège, which is the promoter of the project, FLC from Spain, and of course Formidil. It's a 3-year project, 3 years project, which will end up here in August 2017 with 8 transnational meetings and 3 different mobility actions. We had different steps in the project, because if we want to create an app which is really in line with what is happening now, we need first of all to have an observation of a classical mobility phase. So a mobility phase without any app or things like that, just to know exactly what people could need during the mobility process. Then we had different transnational conclusions, and based on that we created the first version of the app. Then we took this first version of the app, we had a second mobility observation in order to know how our app was in line with the reality. Once again we had our conclusions, and we decided to make some of changes to have a better version. Now, today afternoon, we will have a presentation of the new version of this app, and in March, April, every partner will once again send trainees and trainers abroad in order to test this new version, and at the end of this project have a good end product. So this is the division, the timeline, but I will not go further with that. So if we divide the different things, we also, at the beginning of the project, we created kind of a user's guide, because we really need to know, as we are not all experts in social medias, we needed to know what trainees and trainers are used to with social medias. For example, not to use skyblogs, because it's totally old-fashioned, but really to use what the trainees and the trainers use in order to be close to reality. So here are the different work packages, and if you would like to have more details about the projects, we have a quite sympathetic website. It's somexprojects.eu, and there you can find a newsletter and different kind of things in order to better know the project. Now I will let the floor to my colleagues, because they will go, here it was really a summary of the project, but my colleagues will go further with the different work packages in order to help you to better understand how we could go with this project. So just to show you a little bit how the app is, here is the main page. On the main page you can first of all choose your destination. Then you have different features. First of all, before mobility. We found during the different observative phases that the trainees and the trainers, they really need to know, first of all, how to get the Wi-Fi being abroad. Because as an app is working especially with the Wi-Fi, it's crucial to know how to get the free Wi-Fi. So each partner had to develop how the people can have the free Wi-Fi in their country. Then you could find general information. For example, how is the weather like, some information about the country, historical buildings, all things like that. And as many of you know, many trainees, when they go abroad for mobility, for many of them, it's the first time they will, for example, take the plane and be alone in a town. So they don't know many things about how they can take the flights, the documents they need, what they could put in the hand luggage, in the big luggage, all that kind of information. We give them this information, and also everything links to the companies with the weight of the luggage, how much you have to pay if the weight is, you have too much weight in your luggage, all that kind of information they could need, as they don't know how it works really. Then we have another part, it's during the mobility. So during the mobility, they have a special item linked to translation. Because if I take the example of my apprentice, they go to Perugia for working 3 weeks. They have some Italian courses, but with, I don't know, 40 hours, they cannot really speak Italian very well. So there is a special place for translation. In that item, we have, for example, Babele, which is a very interesting tool that was created by Formidil, and another one from FLC with a dictionary with words specially linked to construction sector. Then we have the items about transport, how you can take the bus, the plane, how to go from the airport to the city center, all that kind of information. And also we add a special place for emergency. For example, if the trainee is sick, how could he join the doctor, which is the hospital that is close to the place, all that kind of information. And the last one, we forget at the beginning of the project, but due to the different observations, we could realize that they really need also information for leisure activities. Because they are abroad for learning, but they also need to rest a little bit and to know if they can go outside for a bowling, or if there is a swimming pool or a special place to visit. So all that kind of activities. And we also had to think about after mobility, because when the mobility is finished, people think, okay, now it's finished. No, we have to think about keeping sustainable contacts. How can I still have contacts with my employer in Italy or in Spain? How can I have contacts with the people I met there? And everything, once again, is linked to social medias, because now they have contacts per emails, per Facebook, no more with the pen friend as we had many years ago. And a last part about certification, so that they can understand what is the Europass, the Europass passport, languages passport, and how they can use their mobility after the mobility in order to show what they learned abroad and all that kind of things. So now we are in the last part of the project. I cannot present you the app because it's not really ready, but we hope in 3 or 4 months after the last observation, we really be able to give you the link for a very interesting tool you could use with your trainees and trainers when they will go abroad. Thank you very much.